Well, all right. Here we are. Here we are. Oh,
he already left. Taint already left. Great timing.
oh, the intro. The intro.
Here's the intro. Here comes the intro.
Will you guys bring me on like in the
Yeah, hold on. Go back in the room and we'll go ahead and do an intro for you, okay? But first we have to. Do we have our music?
Oh, it's going. It's
it
going.
is. Oh, I can hear it. Okay, there it is. Anyway, we'll wait till they and we'll just go ahead and shut it off. Here we go. Well, let's intro Taint, shall we, Uli? Let's try to I'll take a sentence, you take a sentence, then we'll go back and forth. Okay.
All right, I love it.
Hey, welcome to the KAOS podcast show TV thing that we have going on. I am Terry James along with Uli, and we are going to bring to the stage right now. The guy is a traveling zombie. He's just unbelievable. Live from, I don't know where he is, Uli.
Yeah, Mr. Bob Dabalina is traveling around the exotic. Oh, wait a minute. There he is. Oh, there he is.
Look at him. He's waving to his audience. Yeah. You know him from radio and television. You know him from the surf world. You know him from all over the place. It's the one and only Taint is a dumbass.
Hello. Hey, that was so much fun.
That's a hell of a start, isn't it? That's got to be fun.
You know, it's so sad that those kind of programs are dying because as a small child, I thought, you know, one day maybe someone will bring me out on a couch.
We've all dreamed that, haven't we?
I have.
We've all dreamed of being. It's weird because I did a podcast the other day with my agent and another guy who's, named Steve Stockman. And Steve is a guy who, produces movies. He did one with, who did he do it with? Sally Field and all that stuff. And they wanted me to be on their podcast, their brand new podcast called Humble.
Wow.
And so I was the first guest. And the line of questioning was absolutely brutal to me. Ooh. In a really thoughtful, amazing way. But it took me to places I was not prepared to go.
They went real deep.
I felt like I was being set up, guys. I felt it.
Why do you think so?
And if this thing ever airs, I'll turn it. I'll show you, show you guys. But hello to everybody in the chat. Good to see you guys. Look what I'm wearing today, guys.
Oh, the KAOS podcast shirt, the OG.
The OG. And I want to thank Keith W., who today bought the Nike hoodie sweatshirt that has funded our show for this month. Thank you very much, Keith. We appreciate it. You've actually buying one sweatshirt of the Nike style funds the entire show for a month. No, we're not making anything, but we're not paying anything.
That's efficient right there.
That is.
I mean, think of how much money NPR has to raise, and they're going to go on for like a week and ask for money. We just sell one piece of clothing, and it keeps the lights on.
It keeps the lights on here. And it's really fun. So we have a very fun time today. Hello to everybody. Keith, thank you so much. Oh, Keith is on here. Thank you, Keith. Appreciate it. Let me go ahead and give him a little bit of a run right there. There's Keith.
Yes.
Watching on Facebook tonight. We are streaming all over the place. We are streaming on Facebook. We're streaming on Instagram, I believe. We are streaming on YouTube. We're not streaming on Twitch. Does this thing do Twitch?
Yeah, we can get there.
Okay, good. Because
I love how I'm talking like I know what the fuck I'm talking about. But
yeah, really, you've been doing a lot of work behind the scenes. We really appreciate it.
We do appreciate it. You're doing great. You are, and I can tell you're doing like we do. You're reaching through your comfort zone.
Oh yeah. I'm out kicking my coverage here.
You're touching your wheelie bars, I like to call it. You're touching
what that is.
Yeah. That's when you start to leave the ground a little bit. You're like, oh, I better bring it back down.
Every question that comes up on here, though, I'm like, okay, yeah, no, dude, I got that. As I'm Googling on the side, I'm like, can you fucking do
it? That's my whole job. Like, yes, I know how to tie a clover hitch.
A clove hitch or a clover hitch?
No, a clover hitch. You do it with a flower. It's pretty hard.
Oh, nice. That's tough. You have to do it with a flower.
Your kinky life. Okay.
Yeah. You tie your dick in a pretzel. It's pretty cool.
So we had a little bit of a meeting before the show. We always do that now, just 30 minutes beforehand, and we have decided that we want this to be a lot more visual. So on an upcoming show, we're all just going to be walking around on our cell phones because we think we could do this. We think we could do this. Taint is on his cell phone right now in Guadalajara or wherever the hell you are.
I am in Rincon, Puerto Rico, on the western side of the island.
Is that a surf side?
It's the surf side. It's facing north, so really it's better in the wintertime because the Pacific swells kind of come down in the winter, like nor'easters come down.
Yeah.
But there's some small swell. So I got my longboard here with me in the
You
background
do?
here.
Nice. Nice. Brendan wants to know, you guys ever do that show me your garage skit yet? No, we have not.
I'd love to see anybody's garage if they want to send us some
Yeah,
pictures.
if you guys want to come in on the show, we got to figure out how to do that. That's another thing we're working on. Okay.
I'm ashamed of my garage. I would never show you pictures.
I don't have a garage, but yeah, but these people, you know, it'd be fun. It'd be fun, guys. We do have a friend of Uli's.
Yeah, I'm working on that right now. We're gonna get a check-in from the one and only 6 foot Katie, the Shady Lady. But I'm having to convince her. She's like, "What do you mean I got to plug my camera in? I'm in my PJs." And I'm like,
you don't care, Katie, the Shady Lady.
That's
Just
right.
listen. Obviously, look at us.
Yeah,
Look at us. Did you think we dressed up for the occasion? Hell no. Although we have been known to, we've been known to dress up on this show. We wore suits one night, didn't we, Taint?
We did. And I have my Ferragamo slippers on.
Yeah, you do.
I do.
Let's see him.
Oh God!
I know he's getting making this up already. I know. I've known him long enough to look at his eyes and know he's full of crap.
You got me.
All right, guys, are you ready to get a check-in from the one and only 6 foot Katie, the Shady Lady?
Please.
All right, let's bring her in. Let's bring her in.
Okay. All right.
Well, okay. He said.
What I said was, let's start slow. I'll give you the mic.
Oh man!
Come on, the people need to see what you look like.
No, again, you're making me blush.
No, I love the anonymity. Let's do it with the voice. Katie, how are you? How is you were on a date tonight, correct?
We're on a date tonight. Yes, I am.
And you're in your pajamas?
And I'm in my pajamas. I made dinner. You don't get both. You either get pajamas and dinner, or you're taking me out and you get me cute.
All right, that's it.
I'm gonna throw a picture on here, fellas, so you can at least see what Katie looks like, because she's always, dude. She's a very, when people say they don't want to go on the camera, generally that means that, like, oh, he's got a good personality kind of voice.
Yeah. Well, we heard you.
Oh God, I cannot wait to see what picture you put up.
So, Katie, how long have you been dating this gentleman?
Only not long.
Only not long.
Only not long.
Well, he's sitting right here and listening to this entire conversation. So,
well, if he could handle this is good. I like this.
He's a good sport if he's already going to do this. I'll put the last picture up from our last podcast. So Katie and I do a podcast called Super Single Sunday, because, you know, when you're single, Sundays are a big old long waste of time anyway. But when you're single, it's even worse.
Yeah, single Sunday is the worst. You have to do your laundry alone. You give your kid back. It's a whole situation.
That's Katie. That's 6 foot Katie, the Shady Lady, right there. If you're
watching. A beautiful tall woman.
That is
Thank you.
A drink of water. How tall?
Yeah,
is
I wore
the guy
makeup that day.
How tall is the guy you're with?
The guy that I'm with right there. Uli, are you 6 feet?
No, not Uli.
Again, let's keep it anonymous for a second.
All right, man.
I can come back and give you an update next week and let you know that he broke up with me because I put him on a fucking podcast.
Yeah, good point.
That happens. That could happen. A lot of people are very private about things, and I'm fine with it that you're dating a married guy.
Oh man. She is not. We are opening up some doors, boys. You have no idea. You're gonna have to go back and listen to the Uli Hoo podcast.
Yeah, I've never dated a real tall woman. I am, I don't know how tall am I, Taint? I don't know how tall I am.
I'd say you're 6'4".
I was right around there, yeah.
You used to be 6'6", I think, when I met you.
No, I think I was 6'4" when we met. I think I'm about 6'3" now. The age thing kind of knocks you down a little bit.
So I have a son that is 16 and 6'4", and he was dating a little girl that was no taller than a kitchen counter. And I was like, sweetie pie, you are wasting all of your talent. What are we doing? We could have NBA players. We could have tennis players and tall golfers.
Yeah.
Come on.
Are you athletic?
Yes.
And did you play any organized sports?
Tennis, and I played a little bit of basketball, but I have been lured to the dark side and now playing pickleball.
Oh boy, I got.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure I could go pro.
I'm sure. Yeah,
She's been playing for 2 weeks. She's really.
So you made dinner.
But knowing my prowess, I'm pretty sure I could go pro.
What did you make for dinner?
Did a little home chef kit. Did some chicken schnitzel and rice.
Jesus.
Keeping it healthy.
I just heard you taking a sip of wine.
That was not wine, sweetie.
Okay.
Vodka.
Well, she straightened you out, Taint.
That hurt bad.
It hurts because I was going, yeah, he nailed this. We're gonna look like we know what we're doing. And then she just
I heard the tannins on her tongue.
I did too. No, I heard it too.
No, that was the cucumber in the sauce on the chicken.
Oh, okay.
She's eating a piece of chicken.
That was vodka.
Doing a podcast.
We're trying to keep it high and tight over here. Did you not see the picture?
I love it.
Well, we hope you have a good night. And
likewise.
It's very nice talking to you. I've heard a lot about you.
Oh, lovely. I'm sure it's all been great.
It has.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
been glowing.
Hey, Uli's nothing but complimentary. He's
Well, that's very kind.
Yeah.
Well, Katie, good luck the rest of it. We'll let you get back to it, and good luck to your date. Hopefully he can keep up the pace. And yeah, and enjoy your chicken tetra weenie or whatever you made.
All right, boys. Nice to talk to you.
See ya.
Bye. Thank you.
I like her. I like her voice. I like her energy. I like her attitude.
I like she gave me sass that actually makes me feel good inside.
Yeah, sass is good, isn't it?
Yeah.
What is it about a woman that can sass you really good?
I think it just keeps you on your toes. I think it keeps you honest, right? Like we engage the brain. It's the most erotic thing we got.
Yeah.
Well, not Taint. Obviously, he's got those elbows. Oh, there they are. Got them prison spider webs on there.
It's like sparring. With the sass is like a spar move, you know. It's like deflection, sass.
Oh, jeez.
The sass is good. We've always liked that. It's good. She sounds fantastic. But I love checking in on a date. That was very cool.
It sounded like it was going good just from the tone in her voice and the tone in the room.
Oh yeah.
And she's confident enough to do this. That's what I like about it. She's got a lot of confidence.
Well, and that's the thing is that's why Super Single Sunday is so fun because, you know, Springfield's only about like 300,000 people in the total metro. And if you have a woman who's 6 foot tall that does like to wear heels and is that confident, she's a business owner, you know, and single and that intelligent and just witty. It's like dudes are falling over her all the time, but then they get challenged because she's not going to just bend to their will.
Yeah.
Says the guy with truck nuts on his mic.
And if the tower ever goes down, you can just broadcast off her forehead.
Jesus, what are you trying to make an enemy over here?
Maybe we could put a KAOS logo on her forehead and stand on the corner and get like a billboard.
Guys, I have this like bit I've been trying to write for so long, and it's never come together no matter how many times I pitch it. So I want to give it to you right now. And it has to do with that. Say, I wanted to do this thing. I wanted to sell bald men's foreheads and head and give them free tickets to NBA games on the front line. Like we would sell your product, your head, and they were called bald boards. And we would sell products like Doritos on your forehead. And in exchange, we would give you either free or heavily discounted tickets to front row seats at an NBA or sports game.
I like this idea. I don't know why this is the first time I'm hearing it.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty great.
I've pitched people this all over the place because I feel like it's such a wasted area that men have, and we can start monetizing this.
I think it's a great idea, and I don't know why there isn't some sort of app like that now. You know, even if it's just for any big giant sporting event, even if it's just one guy, where the company buys the ad space on his forehead. And pays for a front row seat.
Yeah.
With the hopes that they're going to be shown on camera.
Right
I
behind the
think it's
picture,
great.
and
Yeah.
you see Trojan on this guy's dome right there.
I think it's fantastic. I'm sure there's some guy in a truck going, "No, you can't do that. That's free." You know what I mean? But it's good.
Yeah, they'll just blur it or whatever
You go
nowadays.
viral. You go viral online.
Well, you guys have been way more nice about it than the other people.
How about we go into the 22nd century here, kind of like they do when you're watching an NHL game and all those ads are going around the rink. You know, that's all digitized, right?
Oh, it rotates?
Yeah.
We'll just have a green thing.
Yeah, like they have a green thing, so it's not just one thing.
And then we could sell Spanish ads, and we could sell like
regional ads.
Yes,
local ads.
Yes.
Oh, now
in Jackson, it'll be John Phillips in Jacksonville.
Yeah, look at this. Game over. Game over. This is done. All right.
Really, I love it. Great addition.
That is fantastic. Thank you. That's a good idea, guys. Let's get to work on that. Another thing we're working on.
Is born.
We'll get the lab working on it.
We are still working on a weather woman for our show.
Oh, yes.
This is a new show, and we want an on-camera hot Telemundo babe weather woman that'll have a really crappy weather screen behind her. And it's like Taint could draw the outline of the United States and every little state. You could do that, and she could say stuff like, over in the West Coast, we've got a problem, you know, that type of thing. And if you want to be in on this, ladies, get in now. I mean, there's no money.
Taint travels the world here. He should probably be finding these, amateur meteorologists, because a lot of time he's in Latin countries.
I checked out San Juan already. Okay. Definitely some big, curvy, beautiful Puerto Rican women, but too much attitude to work with us. It wouldn't work out. So next I'm headed over to Caracas and see what they got. Okay.
Okay.
Just put that on the company tab. We'll sell another sweater. We'll get you on it.
Yeah, might have to sell a couple t-shirts for that one, but we'll get it done. I like it.
We'll dip into the profit margin for that.
But we do really, we're not joking either. We do want a weather woman for this show. You just come on each episode. You'll become extremely famous.
And not Taint in a wig again. I got so catfished that time.
It's embarrassing, isn't it? Yeah. So I had a boomer moment today.
Let's go.
A boomer moment?
Boomer moment. You know, you get to be my age. You despise the boomer thing because I'm on the lower end of what a boomer actually is, but I made it. Okay, I'm there.
And your age is 60.
Wow, Taint. Rude.
I don't know. I'm bad.
Keep going.
I know.
Way to go, Taint.
One.
Nope. Go.
No.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Anthony makes a good point here. I don't know if you guys are seeing. Now, let me ask you real quick, technical question. I have all the comments coming in on my corner here on stage. Are you guys seeing those as well?
I am, but I'm too busy staring at Taint.
Okay.
Other people's age makes me uncomfortable.
Why?
Because when someone says, guess my age, it's a loaded question. Either they think they're young and you make them feel old, or they think they're whatever, you know.
Oh,
no, I get it. Anthony, of course, here on Facebook, I see nothing but dudes in the comments. May have to get a tranny.
That's all right. Hey, listen, we love our dudes, okay? Guys, you feel comfortable without a girl in here. It's fine.
Well, this is similar to other things that I've been experienced, is that the guys come along first, you know, in a show like this. And then the women that end up following along, they're the cool ones. We got to weed the uncool ones out. So they'll be here. Trust us. They will be here. But I did have a boomer moment where today everything was going wrong in my life, just for it was like a 30-minute period. Everything. I walked out to go take a walk and do a couple errands. I went to the store. I had a $50 bill in my I still have a wallet, and I always keep money in it because my dad always told me to have some money on hand. But I was like, you know what? I haven't spent any money like this in a while. Do people even still take money? Which is a boomer moment in itself, right? So I take it out, and they use the marker on it, and they said, this marker's not going away. This might not. Where did you get this? I said, I don't know where I got it. I'm sorry, I can't accept it, sir. I don't want to be on the hook for this. And I'm like, no problem. I don't want you on the hook for it either. I got a credit card. I'm fine. So then I start walking around. Right after that, I almost get hit by a car. I'm in a green crosswalk, almost get drilled by a car. And then it was just a series of other things. I was supposed to pick something up for Sherry. I went to pick it up. It wasn't ready. In fact, they never even heard of the thing that she was supposed to be picking up. It was just a comedy of errors. And I'm walking home and I've just started laughing because everything was going wrong within a 30-minute period. And I started going, you know what? This is why it's good to be my age. You laugh this stuff off. Younger people will have to go check into something. They would have to go get a dog to take care of them to get over a day like I had today. You know, and I started thinking people are always making fun of boomers, but there's no need to make fun of boomers because everybody is going to be a boomer. Not by name, but everybody's going to have a stage in their life where
I totally agree.
Where you your experience teaches you to calm down in moments like this, where something so little, so mundane as all these little things that happened to me would absolutely devastate somebody's day. But age and wisdom and knowing that, man, somebody got some bad news today. Somebody died today. People are crying over things, and you know, I'm gonna get upset over something like this. So I think everybody's gonna have that moment.
This message brought to you by Metamucil and older people in general.
Terry, don't you love the moment that your brain can switch now where your age kicks in and it's building, and then all of a sudden it's like, it's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I've experienced that more often now where it's building and I can feel it, the pressure, and it's like, hey, it'll be okay.
Yeah, I don't even know if it's an age thing. I can attribute some of it is to being a little more, and I hate this word, mindful, a little more, you know, meditation every once in a while. You know, I've learned to meditate and I do it. I've been doing it for now 4 years.
TM?
Every day. No, I did do TM for a while. But I found something that works better for me. And I've been doing it the 10 minutes a day, every day. And now when something weird happens like that, I have this built-in almost breath that I take. And I go, all right, it's not that important.
Now's not the time. I don't need to snap. I mean, I've had that.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys watch me have a straight leg fit the other night over the audio. Just because it was just making me so upset.
I remember that.
There's that. Dave today just wasn't. Yeah, exactly. That's the kind of the way you need to look at it. You know, some days the dog gets you.
Yeah.
Yes, Taint.
Some days the dog gets you. Some days like you get the dog.
All three of us floated into the deep end of the pool here.
Yeah.
So I have a question from a listener who wishes to remain anonymous for obvious reasons. Are you guys ready for this?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, here we go. Is it better to sacrifice personal happiness for a child or to sacrifice marriage for personal happiness?
Personal happiness.
Why do we have to sacrifice? Who asked you this? I want to
really anonymous and I want a name.
I want to slap them. Why do we always have to
I would be remiss if I tried to slap this individual because he was they or whatever.
Okay, all right.
Probably a child, right?
And crush me.
All right.
I'd say the child.
Okay, so let's see. What is it again?
You know, I had to read it a few times because my elevator doesn't go all the way to the top. So, is it better to sacrifice personal happiness for a child or to sacrifice the marriage for personal happiness?
I think for the child.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, you know, this is a guy who's never been a father or anything like that. I'm not very paternal.
Mm-hmm.
Say that right? Is that the right word?
Yeah, that is.
I would understand sacrificing.
You're eternal?
He is.
You don't have to worry about aging, dude.
He meditates, so he's eternal.
I am. I've got it going on. But no, I think obviously that to me, it's obvious the kid thing, the marriage, you know, I don't believe, even though I've been married for 32 years, I don't believe in soulmates. I think that, you know, depending on where you are in your life and depending where someone else is in their life, you could have a great long time with somebody anytime. You could find somebody anywhere.
You
On
know,
any continent.
international taint over there coming from Djibouti. So I agree. You know, your kid has to be paramount. But here's the other thing. I think that it does come a lot of people get hung up on the notion of it's going to destroy this child if I get divorced. Right. I've got friends going through stuff.
Yes.
Kids are resilient enough if the parents, if you're fortunate enough that the parents can approach it where they both are put the happiness of the kid first, it can work. I got lucky in that sense. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
that's good. I have seen it happen on both ends. Some friends that are like still good friends with their exes, where they'll even go out to lunch and talk about things. They support each. Oh yeah, you're gonna date tonight. I'll take care of the kids. I get it. You know, I've seen people do that, and the people that do that, I mean, to me, that's a big sacrifice. That is a plan where you go, I'm doing this for the kids, but it's also for everybody else. I see that when I see the other people going off the deep end and trying to sabotage one another,
Yeah, I hate that.
that's just evil.
It takes more effort to do the sabotaging than it does to do the nice thing.
Yeah, to be chill. It's a lot more effort to be a dick. Trust me, I know.
My dad, when my dad and mom split when I was like 2, and it went back and forth.
Your fault, by the way. We heard all about it, but go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was blamed for it for years. I just got past it. And so my mom was a travel agent, owned her own travel agency, traveled all over the world, which allowed me to travel with her. But sometimes I'd have to stay at my dad's, you know, off the schedule. And my father, being awesome, was like, you know, Uli, if your mother really loved you, she wouldn't just dump you off like this. I'd go back to my mom and say some shit like that. And mom would be like, well, ask your father about that whore of a woman he left for her, whatever. She would never use her whore. And my stepdad came into the picture. He says, we're not using this kid for this anymore. We're not doing that.
Yeah, you were the you know,
The go-between.
yeah, like a pawn in something. They're
right. So when my ex and I split, we made that deal. And, you know, I even offered to perform her wedding to her next husband. She did not take me up on that, surprisingly.
That would be a little odd, but it's cool that you offered it.
Oh, sure. And you know what? We're much better now than we were. Does that make sense? Like,
yeah, I wouldn't even go to her wedding. Would you go to her wedding? Did you go to her wedding?
Invited, hell yeah. She would not invite me because she knows I'm unhinged.
Yeah, not only that, I just wouldn't go. That's their day.
Just 86 yourself from that wedding, okay?
I just wouldn't go. I just wouldn't do that. Just even though if things were good, I don't have to prove that to anybody else. It's their day. They deserve a good moment. I don't have to be the talk of the town.
I'm about 4 drinks away from crying. So
I'm about 4 drinks away from going, I hit it.
Does she still do that thing? Does she still do that thing?
Yeah, does she does,
you're welcome. You're welcome. I thought of that.
There's that. All right. Well, I got a question for you guys.
All right.
What do you do when you lose trust in someone, but you have to be around them every single day?
Trust can be rebuilt. Always.
I like that. I like that answer, actually.
I think that, you know, it may take a big act to get that ball rolling back the right direction, but I don't think you can count anybody out unless they've just hurt you.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I was going to say trust is an active choice. I get that. So I agree with you on that front, Taint, especially if you're both committed to like moving forward. But sometimes that it can never be like, there's always going to be that nagging feeling, right?
Yeah, I believe trust. It's like you said, it takes 2 to trust.
It does.
And it's very rare that you actually sync up on that once the trust has been lost.
Oh, yeah.
But I do think you could still work together with people you don't trust. I do believe that, you know, I just don't think that not if you have the same goal.
Right.
If like all of us right here, we have the same goal, I think.
Yes.
You know,
become UFC fighters.
Yes. And I think we all have to have that same trust to work out and to cheer each other on in each other's matches.
Mm-hmm.
But if you don't have the same goal and you lose trust in somebody, I think you could I just think it's toxic, personally.
I worked for a guy one time, good old boy in the real estate industry, and he said, "You know, Uli, the well's been poisoned," and like that was his. When realtors things go sideways, and he had a pretty good point. Like once it's like, oh, you're going to be like this, then everybody's got knives out.
Yeah, true. I mean, people have lost trust in me and I've lost trust in them. And I have done everything I can to try to rebuild the trust that has been lost.
Yeah.
And I know exactly where it comes from. I was a big gossip for a while, and it was like, and it's weird because, and I think people pleasers, and I think all of us kind of might have that in us. I think people pleasers tend to gossip more than other people because you want somebody to open up to you. You want somebody to confide in you. You want somebody to think that, oh, this guy really likes me. So you gossip, even if it's not to hurt anybody or anything like that, but people just lose trust in people pleasers. You got to stop being a people pleaser.
That's true. I tell people I'm a recovering people pleaser because I think you're right. I think gossip becomes currency, right? And you want to feel like you're something. Now, somebody who I know is a solid never gossip. This guy is like a vault. He just texted in trust but verify.
What does that mean? What's an example of trust but verify?
I would say, well, that's an old Reagan era saying, right? Like, oh, I trust you, but I'm still going to make sure like my doors are locked.
Well, that makes sense. Yeah, absolutely. I get what you're saying now. Yeah, I'm going to trust you until, and I'm going to make sure that what you're saying is true.
Right.
I'm not calling you out. I'm going to make sure you're trustworthy. And then over time that builds into more trust, I think.
Yeah, it goes away.
Well, we got heavy there, didn't we?
Oh man, we better bring it back to nuts on the mic or something.
Yeah. Taint, we're counting on you to do something fun now.
Oh, I really don't have anything.
It's like we really hit a nerve with Taint. I don't know if he's regressing.
Okay, he's going to ad lib now.
Pineapple. This is the beginning of a swinger plant.
Okay, pick up. I'll find something that I have to ad lib. Okay, I found something I'm going to ad lib with. Okay, you go ahead first, Taint.
Hey, Curly, you're so water. Oh, hey, Mr. Plant. I don't know. That's all I got. You go.
I have a quarter in my hand.
All right, that's your ad lib.
I
didn't want to throw it on me. Uli, go ahead and show me what you got.
What is that?
A pen holder that is
stabbed through the heart.
Yeah. Talk about trust.
I got nothing cool in front of me. Usually I have like a stack of fun stuff to go to.
Well, you're at an Airbnb. So if you weren't here with us tonight, would you just be getting ready for the work the next day, or would you be walking the streets, getting the culture in? What's it like when you travel like this?
I did my culture in for the day. I just drove around a lot.
Okay.
I'm waiting for some stuff to come together. A crane. I'm waiting for a crane.
Now, I saw your post on Instagram.
Waiting for some stuff.
And you were driving, and there were these horses in the road. Was that you driving?
These horses wouldn't get out of the road. I was stuck behind some horses for a long time.
I got a bad feeling about that video.
That was a scary road.
I got a bad feeling of it in a lot of different ways. It wasn't like a scary road like you couldn't handle the drive. It just seems like a road that you're going to get set up on.
Oh, yeah, you could easily get jumped. But I had already made the decision. If anybody gets in my way, I will crush you. I will kill you dead.
You had to make that decision before.
I made that decision.
No wonder you're a cage fighter.
It is. They say that there is crime here, but it's mainly like pickpockety stuff. It's less violent crime.
Mm-hmm.
So no one usually will confront you to your face. But there's a couple of bad places over towards San Jose. But I think it's pretty good over here. Everyone seems to be kind of nice. There is no police, though.
Yeah.
I hope no one down there is watching this going, hey, there's no police. He's fine. Let's go get the surfboard.
Let's go get the surfboard.
There's no police. Yeah, I've seen 3 police the entire trip.
I did get I have to tell you, man, and I'm not trying to put bad thoughts into your head by any means, but I did get a bad vibe from that going, he got to be worried a little bit more than those horses in his way. It just seems like they sent the horse out to slow you down. And you no longer have a car.
Yeah.
Bunch of dudes on like dual sport motorcycles show up. riding when two guys are on a motorcycle, dude, go. Just leave.
When people like have their shirt like this,
Uli makes a great point. When you see a guy riding bitch on another motorcycle, you know they're going to jump somebody.
It's never good. They're not just
not
commuting.
good.
They're not commuting, man.
Right before I took that video, Terry, I went on the scariest bridge I've ever seen in my life. It was a concrete slab bridge that had boat in the middle, so you have to drive up and over it, and it was high. I was scared.
Yeah,
So
that would bother me.
have you guys seen those videos? Which I'm not saying it's the same thing there. Would you take this ride when it's like some psychotic, I forget what countries they're in, but obviously mountainous regions where they're just like flying down mountain roads that are like that thin. They don't even slow down. Would you take that ride?
No.
Terry?
No, I would not. No, I would not. There's been an age that I would do things like that, but I didn't do stuff like that anymore.
Yeah, I find that little like the up and down bouncy thing in front of the grocery store to be a little racy. So I'm talking a lot of shit.
The speed bump.
Whoa. Look, we have a celebrity on the line, asking us a question, and he is a celebrity when it comes to definitely the law firm. He's on CNN, he's on Fox, he's on everything. He is hold on, whose attorney is he's the Tiger King's attorney. Yes. He is what's the chick's name that sued Trump? Omarosa. He's Omarosa's attorney. He won for Omarosa. John Phillips is with us. John, how far are you from Summerhaven?
I think that's directed towards me, but I'm in Puerto Rico, and he's speaking. I'm back in Florida. We live pretty close to each other.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, he's got a sweet house down in a really nice little area of Florida, and it's pretty cool. Oh, John, Alex and Terry lawyer. Don't forget about them.
He's definitely our lawyer. He's done a few things for us.
He's represented.
He'd had to hide a few bodies.
He's good. He's the best. He's beyond good. He's the best. He's a good man. He's a really good man.
That's awesome. So, outside of you, Terry, that's one of the closest brushes with celebrity I've had.
Really?
Yeah.
Come on.
Who'd you meet?
Springfield. Cross time, sure. But yeah, now I'm feeling like this is something. I think I told you that in one of the first episodes, the day that Danny Monteducci retweeted me, I pretty much retired from celebrity chasing ever since then.
So I've only been really starstruck once. And that was when I got the opportunity to meet Paul McCartney. And and we posed for this photo, and he is so generous and so nice. He knows that people are shitting themselves when they meet him. So this poor guy has to go out of his way to humanize himself. And he goes out. I saw him doing it with everybody, and he goes out of his way by going, "Hey, what are you doing today, man? Hey, what's going on? He just asked you questions about you to where you're like, oh man, thank you so much." Cause he had his arm around me for the photo, and I literally was shaking, and he could feel that. And I'm going, oh, this sucks. I'm shaking, and Paul McCartney's touching me.
So he has like a whole list of icebreakers. Like, do you take Tylenol?
I mean, you're right. That is the type of stuff that he does. And it's weird. It was just, what sucks is I don't have that photo.
What? That's terrible.
I got to find that photo. There's some things that I had in my life that are missing. So since this is a show, I'll show you a cool photo. But anyway, go ahead, Taint.
Have you heard the format of the Beatles documentary that's coming out?
No.
It's 4 separate movies, each one from each member's perspective. Is this a big enough subject to be split apart 4 times?
I think I definitely would be interested, just because I don't even care who the musician is. It could be somebody I don't know. I am totally into documentaries, and especially about bands, because of the inner dynamics of, all the egos and everything else. I think I could learn from all these.
How do you do George's? Just off of interviews he's done before?
Probably. I don't know. Well, probably, or people that know him that has,
after Stevie Nicks felt you up.
This is You still can't get over that, can you?
I cannot get over that. I will never get over that. That is the best ever. Oh my God.
Just think of how many times he jerked it thinking
Yeah,
about it.
listen. Stevie Nicks has touched him, and he's ridden in a Blue Angels jet. Okay.
And Paul McCartney hugged me.
And yeah, and he had the shakes when Paul McCartney hugged him. He went through the detox or whatever it was.
I am looking for fun moments to share with you guys now. I got nothing else, so I'm gonna go ahead and do this.
No, dude, you've had such a fun life.
We got to get you to go up in space or something like that now.
Oh,
I would
it's
love
happening.
to.
Katie,
I feel like I feel like if anything, if things were to end in a certain way today, I've been pretty damn lucky.
yeah.
And I don't want it to end. I still want to have some more experiences. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I feel like when you say that, even if you say something like that, that's almost cursing you. But I've been saying it for a long time.
I could have seen you coming out of that capsule with Katy Perry.
Just making out. She's not kissing the earth.
Okay,
She's kissing Terry. Yeah.
Would that have shocked you if all of a sudden they do that and they're pulling people out and there I am sitting in space?
At this point, no, because every time I hear a new story, I'm like, fuck yeah, I guess he went to space too. Guys walking around downtown Seattle or in space. He could be either one. I don't know.
Oh, here's Sherry's friends. You want to see the Andas?
Oh, the Andas are here.
Okay, hold on here. I'm going to go ahead and add this to the thing. This is what I love about that. Oh, wait a minute. How do I do
now,
this?
This is Sherry's not-for-profit friend group, the Andas.
They're
are they about like the mountains, the Andes Mountains?
I don't
know. Their names are Amanda, and Miranda. And they are her friends.
Nice.
And I'm trying to find the picture.
And they're the reason Terry can't move to the fucking desert, okay?
Exactly.
Mr. Phillips' statement. I want to get this one notarized.
John has actually probably met all these Amandas. John came out for my birthday party a few years ago, a surprise birthday party that I didn't know I was having.
Oh.
I've been checking my mailbox. I didn't get that.
Hey, I wasn't the guy either. I wasn't the guy doing it. Okay, add.
Fair enough. He's got it such a quick. Speaking of fun times, as you're working your way around this technology, I've got to go do what an old man does. I'll be right back.
You're the only guy that has to pee during a show.
Yeah, I drink a lot.
No, D will poop on air too.
Yeah, that's true.
All right.
Okay, here it is. There's the Andas.
Okay.
Sherry to the far left. The other one is Amanda, right, that like with a leopard skirt. She is a nutritionist for Microsoft.
Okay.
The other
computers don't eat, so
the other Amanda is a doctor.
Oh, kind of doctor. What's her specialty?
She is now
you can go pee, Uli. You can totally.
She is now a dermatologist.
Oh.
And then the other one is Miranda, who I have a total crush on. All of them are beautiful, but Miranda is one of the hottest women you'll ever meet in your life. And she is a clothing designer for Nordstrom.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, they all got skills, don't they?
Yeah, the dark-haired one's the beautiful one, though.
Always. Why did I marry a blonde? I was just kidding, Willie. You could go ahead and take
I married a dark-haired.
And now I'm going to, okay, I've got to leave for a second, but I'll be back. I'm just going to go take care of something real quick.
Okay.
Terry, I was stuck in that.
Signed off? What's that?
I was stuck in that way of life for a long time. I was kept ending up with blondes, and I finally met my wife, and I said, "This is the one."
Yeah, I am.
Dark hair.
Yeah, I am. I've always been attracted to dark-haired women, always, and I don't always end up with blonde, but I ended up with a blonde. You know, John says I remember them. That party was the coolest, most beautiful people, and I have to say it was really cool. I remember John being taken by my group of friends. And I will say this, I am very lucky to have some really cool friends. And they all are inspirational. They all have their own thing going. They all are very kind to one another and support one another and be there for one another. I've never seen a group of friends like this ever. I think it's pretty cool.
And it's taken time to assemble a lot of these people, but you've lived there for over 10 years now, right?
Yes. I think it's been 13 years, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it does take a long time, and especially when you're a little older to meet friends
It takes so long when you're older. It's weird.
and I don't want to be one of those people that, oh, because we have a kid, you got to hang out with people that have kids, and things like that. And when you get older, people, their lives change, they move, you grow out of things, it's just it's a weird time to have friends, but I do think it's important. Sorry, I'm still looking for stuff.
It's all right.
Yeah.
Well, you're an outlier. You're one of these guys who never had kids. So you have to you have extra time. I mean, your life's going to be different than most people's.
Yeah. And every one of those Andas, they've got kids.
Oh, they all have kids now?
They do. One of them just, pop
one out.
Well, yeah, just popped one out, but didn't have a father.
Oh, yeah.
It was one in a tube.
A tube child.
It was a tube child. Okay, here we go. Here's some more sharing moments, and then I'm done with this. Okay, because I don't want the show to turn into this shit. But this is, if you have to ask what one of the cooler moments for me was, this one right here. And here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Here it is.
Oh, is this when you won the bowling title?
This is, damn it. Now I got to find a different picture. Okay, here it is. Here it is. Let's see if you guys can tell what this is.
Oh, all right.
This is Terry James,
Sam
Kinison.
Yep.
And Perry Farrell.
Nope. And Carl LeBove. Carl was, I actually got to do comedy with those three gentlemen.
Wow.
That was a night. That was so fun.
And you can just look at Sam Kinnison's nose tissue and tell it's already receding. Right there. It's collapsing in on itself already from cocaine use.
Okay.
What was that? Where'd you go on stage with them, Terry?
That was actually the Arlington Theater.
Santa Barbara?
In Santa Barbara.
Oh, no shit.
Arlington Theater.
Arlington Theater in Santa Barbara.
That's where I saw my first concert.
Yeah.
When we talked about that, yeah, I saw the Wailers.
When was that? 1989?
Me?
Who?
No, that picture, Terry.
You know what? I don't know.
He's a boomer. Don't ask the years.
I don't know when it was. I'm really bad with stuff like that. Somebody asked me when I graduated from college the other day, and I'm going, shit.
Let's see. The gas crisis was on.
Okay. Okay. Here's another story.
The first gas crisis.
That Jimmy Carter.
Okay. Who's that?
Well, I feel like I'm identifying criminals. Okay, on the right, I'm getting a Rorschach of.
On the right, there's a guy that should have used sunscreen.
That was me.
Okay.
God, that face looks familiar on the left. Damn.
Okay, is, you don't know, but that's Ray Davies of the Kinks. Now, why this is cool? Do you see that leather coat I'm wearing? They just gave me that K-tie jacket.
Yeah.
And it's like a Letterman's jacket. I'm like, I was so proud because I felt like part of the team. I never felt like I was part of the team there for the longest time because it's the weekend guy. And they gave me this Letterman's jacket.
Yeah.
That night, I was backstage with him and he says, I want that jacket. And I said, they just gave it to me. I don't want to give you my jacket. He goes, I will trade you one of my sport coats that I wear on stage for that jacket. And I said, yeah, I just laughed it off. And he goes, seriously. He takes me by the hand and walks me backstage to his dressing room. And goes, take any of them off he had a rack of all of the stuff that he wears on stage.
So did you get one?
He goes, take any of the ones you want for that. And we made a change. We made a move. Who wouldn't do that? Come on.
Oh my God. Hell yeah.
Did you wear the jacket out? And you're like, Ray Davies.
I would wear it all the time, but I wouldn't tell anybody. I just felt like I had his magic on me,
So I have some famous people clothing too.
Okay.
Lead singer of Third Eye Blind. I have one of his jackets that he left behind. I wore that for Stephen Jenkins of Third Eye Blind.
Is this because of your wife's job?
Yeah, because my wife's a green room attendant. She's like, hey, John Popper left a hat. Do you want it? I'm like, throw it in the trash. I hate the Blues Travelers.
Whoa. Okay.
Or just depending on like who it is, I also have some surfer. I was out surfing, and this professional surfer left some shorts, and I took his shorts.
You know what really
So,
sucks about that is he got out of the water, needed to change, and he's like, "Where the fuck are my shorts?"
I think so. No, he was totally gone. So whatever he did, he just accidentally left them. But they were definitely his. So Dave Rastovich, I have your
Mhm.
shorts.
Nice.
He
That's
lives in
nice.
Australia, so I think I got away with it.
Oh, that's good. That's congratulations. I like that. Have you ever played? Do you have more? Do you have more?
One more thing, my wife, and this
Alright.
is her thing, but I inherited it when we got married. Uh, she had Bob Dylan come play a couple of nights, and she worked like 3 nights, and they gave her a harmonica from his that he played on stage. So she got a Dylan harmonica.
Really? That's
Yeah.
fantastic. That's
That's
really cool.
amazing.
But I inherited that on the marriage, so that's not technically mine.
Keith Blackman's weighing in with it on the chat. Says, I may or may not have Houday Hussein's watch.
Well done, sir. Well done.
I love that. Okay, I did play a practical joke on a rock star once. You Blues Traveler reminded me of it.
John Popper?
You know our buddy's sister Hazel. You know them,
Drew?
Tate. You know, they had a couple of hit songs, you know, and they're good friends of ours, and they get upset because they get a lot of people think that one of their hit songs is Blues Traveler's hit song, and they'll go, "I love that song," and they have to go, "Oh, it's Blues Traveler." So I was out to dinner one night with some friends, and they were talking about how much they love Blues Traveler. And I said, I know a guy from Blues Traveler. Let's call him.
Oh my God.
So I called Drew from Sister Hazel and said, "Hey man, some friends are fans of yours."
That's
Oh,
so fucked up. That's so fucked up. You just got two people with one joke.
Oh, it was so fun. Oh God, I love it.
Hey, can you sing that Blues Traveler song, Hard to Say, or whatever it is?
To say what it is I
Me and you.
And then the other was Change Your Mind. They had that song.
Yeah, well, that's Sister Hazel's Change Your Mind.
Well, those two, it's hard to say.
Hard to
And
say was
yeah,
theirs too.
yeah.
It sounds like Blues Traveler.
And it's funny because I was playing golf with Drew the first time I met him. The day that I met him, he and I were in a golf cart together, and Sherry called me and she goes, "How's your day going?" I said, "Good. I'm playing golf with this guy from Sister Hazel." And so he grabs the phone and goes, "Hey, let me talk to her." You know, we had just met. So he goes, "Yeah, I'm so and so." And she goes, "I don't believe it." And she goes, "Sings, no." And he goes, "I'll sing something." So he sang to her, and he goes, and she goes, "I hope you're not the singer."
oh, that's fucked up.
It was also and then there was a time that we had what's his name from Bowling for Soup, Jarrett.
Hey,
Jarrett, I made Jarrett sing into my phone to see if it could really identify his voice or not. That picks out his music.
Oh, for the app.
Oh, for the app. I had him Shazam himself live.
That's rough.
Oh God, we had some fun times. Hopefully, we're going to be getting some great celebrities on this show. We do know a lot of people, and we're inviting some people on the show. But it's
John Boyd. We're working on him.
Oh yeah. Who else? Who do we know? Who do we know that we could get on the show? We've got to
Mark
know
Cuban.
We know Mark.
Oof.
Let's reach up.
I mean, I know you're a sports ball fan there, Terry. Do you remember a player named Grant Wistrom?
I do.
He's a really good friend of mine. He's been on my podcast several times.
He plays the baseball?
No, he's a football. He played for the Rams and the Seahawks. And it was a Nebraska name. My brother, who's one of the owners of Black Rifle Coffee, Matt Best, he can jump on the show.
That'd be great. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
I'm looking right now at my my phone list. Let's see who we could get. I could get Air Force Amy on.
Oh.
She's still alive?
I think she is.
God, I remember that name.
Let's get Air Force Amy on.
She's the only hooker's house I've ever been to.
I got a lot of hookers in here.
Yes. I think
we had to take her home one day.
Was that
technically we had to follow behind her so she didn't get a DUI.
Bunny Ranch years? Didn't you send a listener out to the Bunny Ranch?
Oh, many times.
Yeah.
Many times.
She had a nice house though. It was a little
But she did.
bungalow, little 3-2.
Okay, I'm in the bees. I'm in the bees. How about
It's weird when you walk into a house.
there you go, Danny Bonaducci.
When you walk into a house that pussy
douche.
built, you're like, oh, this is pretty nice. Wish I had one.
So you went over to her house. She came and visited us when we were in Vegas one day, and she was wearing all of her hooker stuff, and we're just friends, it's like we are just friends.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're walking through this thing together, and I never thought the way it looked. It looked like I was taking her up to the room because we were going up to my room. We were going to get something and come back down.
Mm-hmm.
And I realized people are staring at me like going, "Oh my God, this guy just fucking hired her."
Wait,
kind
of need some of that music in the background.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, she would have done it, no problem. That's not the whole deal. I mean, she's a pro, but we weren't into it like that.
There's Keith here that says Terry's brother from Nam, stories of his diving career. We have a lot of people that aren't necessarily big name celebrities or anything that have very interesting stories. Let's get them on the show.
I also like the idea. I think we should, the thing with Katie went pretty well. I think we should have people check in with us on dates.
Absolutely. I think it's a great idea. And why is Black Rifle not sponsoring us?
He helped me out very early in the game, which was so funny because, I went way back before it went super as big as it is. And now it's to the point where he has like
people doing that.
Handlers.
I would never have asked. That was just a joke.
No, it's fine. But it's funny because all of a sudden I'll be like, hey dude, why am I seeing your shit on Fox News? You know what I mean? It's like, it's really weird, but, I just think it'd be kind of cool. Like an icebreaker for people who are on dates. If it's like awkward, they could be like, hey, listen, there's these guys we can call into.
I don't see them doing that. That doesn't sound better, but wow, I wish Taint? They would.
I guess old married Taint's just a pessimist when it comes to love.
I haven't been on a date in a long ass time. I forget what it's like.
Yeah, that's true. What did we talk about today? I got to make this notes for YouTube. I forgot to do it. We did the date thing. We did some dumb photo dump. What else did we do? We talked about getting a weather girl. Mm-hmm. We asked some very deep questions.
Yep.
We scared each other.
Okay.
Yeah. Went to a dark place.
Okay. Well, that's enough. That's enough.
And we stayed there.
That's enough for AI to go ahead and write a synopsis of today's show.
I had something shocking happen today on a lighter note.
Hit it.
Found out the PD from one of the stations in our group. He's sitting down with some leftovers, some spaghetti, right? He's going to enjoy some lunch. And I look and he's cracking open a fucking Pepsi. All right. He has gone out and purchased a Pepsi in a can. And I just made me think, I'm like, do people buy Pepsi? I mean, do you guys know Pepsi drinkers?
I'm a Pepsi drinker.
I'll do a Pepsi.
Yeah.
I'll do a Pepsi.
I don't discriminate between either one. If they say if I order a Coke, and I order Coke just because brand name thing, it's just the Coke. But they go, sorry, we serve Pepsi. Is that okay? They just committed a sin, and I'm like, yeah, I don't care.
I get that. I can do that on board, but just to like be in front of the vending machine or wherever he was at the grocery store and be like, I'm going with Pepsi. Like it's kind of like the Dr. Thunder soda.
You're you know what I love? I love Mr. Pibb. If I could get Mr. Pibb over anything, that's the shit with me. And I love Squirt.
I was just gonna say Squirt. If you can find it.
They got it all over here. But Cindy says yes, I need Jackson on the show. That is my brother. It'd be fun to get him on. So thank you.
When I was in Jordan, I tried their version, their like local cola. I forget the name of it, but it was pretty good. It was kind of the Royal Crown kind of third party.
RC Cola, yeah.
The Bull Moose party of the politics.
There's one here, Seattle Soda Company. Fantastic. It's wonderful.
Well, you have Jones out there too.
You have Jones. But it's like I try not to drink as much soda anymore. Yeah. But I will treat myself from time to time. But I can't find Mr. Pibb anywhere. And you're right, Keith. Pibb is the best. Pibb, you need to be that now. Let's get a sponsor from Mr. Pibb. Would that be the coolest thing ever?
Pibb.
I tried something from the South not too long ago. Cheer wine. You guys
Cheer wine.
Yeah, I hadn't heard of that. My buddy Dylan out of North Carolina was like, "Oh man, Cheerwine's where it's at." I think it's whatever
Cheerwine's
you grew up
good.
with. Man, my mom's travel agency, I was talking about that. It was nothing but women with big hair smoking Virginia Slims and drinking Tab and chewing gum at the same time.
Oh,
Yeah.
Tab. Oh man, you're nailing it. That's why people didn't live long then. Tab, cigarettes,
It's like Jolt
Now-
Cola
now-
twice
wine
the
in a
caffeine.
box.
Tab was the original calorie-free soda, sugar-free.
It might have been, but there was wasn't there like a Fresca too? It didn't
Well,
Fresca.
Fresca was like a grapefruit thing that was popular in like AA and
Tab, I think, was the one. I think Tab
Tab was
was
the one, man. Yeah, that's women were a lot of women were doing like low grade speed and Tab and chain smoking, leaving
right.
coral colored lipstick on those straws and going, "How are you doing, honey? You want to go to Athens?"
Why did I just get a boner?
I kind of did too, Terry. Jesus Christ. When he said lipstick on the face.
Yeah, I was like, man, this is yeah.
All right, we gotta go then. We've all got boners.
All
I
right.
do appreciate that Cindy is the one female viewer this evening, or at least comment.
Oh, there are a couple other ladies who've joined us tonight. So thank you guys. Hey,
Thank you for
we'll be
sure.
back next week. We might be on the road next week, all of us,
Yeah,
but on purpose.
walking,
we're gonna
talking, causing all kinds of chaos.
Yeah, we'll see if it works. But guys, and the ideas are flowing. This is you could say you were here in the beginning, and it's good. Thank you guys.
All right, good night, guys. Have a good one.
Yeah.
All right, Terry, I think we're